The Jozi2Kozi Cycle Challenge. Untamed, untimed. Ride with us as we journey through this beautiful land and meet the gorgeous people who truly make this rainbow nation. This is our land. These are our people. A bike tour, not a race. This is the 2014 Altech Autopage Jozi2Kozi, where 100 cyclists will ride 700 kilometers in 7 days from the land of gold Jozi to the shoreline of Kozi Mouth on the border of Mozambique. It's an African safari ride, taking cyclists through some of the most breathtaking routes Mzansi has to offer. From spectacular game reserves to Thornveld, and gigantic mountains to the flat coastal plains of Maputo land. From Mampur to Zamlek, from Afrikaner Saki to Zulu warriors and German Umpa bands.
Yes, you're right. Here we go again, here we go again.
Kozi Bay, hard to ride.
But I think it's quite a soulful ride, and that's what attracted me to it. Plus the fact that they allow for solo entries.
After living so many years in Europe, you just to get out in the fields and, you know, the mountains and the valleys, and Pongola, can't beat Pongola.
It's a flat ride all the way to the coast.
Fats, the Jozi2Kozi host, teaches the riders their daily war cry.
Are we all here? Are we all here now?
Having been welcomed by an African drumbeat, we start to the chants of an African praise singer, calling out the trials and tribulations of our journey ahead. Untamed Africa beckons. Our first stretch covers miles of mealie fields and silos, dwarfing us as they reach into the sky. With only an occasional climb, we take in our surroundings. Passing a few spectators along the way leads us to our first water point, mingling with the kids. Tani Leti, Mo Shabalala and their prachtige crew sort us out with some well-needed koeksisters and water.
Kyk, ons is nou in die hart van koeksisterland. So, as jy hier koeksister kry, dan eet jy hom. Haven't seen anything like this in Joburg before. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's hard, but if you did the training, it's fine.
I'll ride it with the motorbike, not with a cycle.
The pit stops, absolutely the best. Yeah. Vet good, you name it.
After some good sustenance, we continue through the farmlands. What a day, what a ride. We arrive at our camp on the edge of the Standerton Dam. Father and son team are riding for the first time together and will have some time in the saddle that all parents and kids can only wish for.
So this is his first sort of indoctrination into a multi-stage event, so we're having a great time.
I'm looking forward to spending all the time with my dad, yeah.
But who will be pushing who? Time to unwind before a lekker braai tonight and something cold. The hospitality and flavor of the locals is amazing, and the Mampur helps with the dancing. Each night we give away a prize, and tonight it's the Ass Magic Award. That is the Ass of the Day award given today to Janine for her earlier spectacular fall.
Love your bum.
It's an early morning start as we head for Mpumalanga, the land of the rising sun.
Can't wait to get started. Now just take off our shoes to get into the water. It's going to be fun.
Our 100-kilometer ride starts with a quick boat ride across the dam.
It's quite cool today, yeah. And we still have water waiting for us to tuck in. So, take me home, it's too cold!
I'm telling you, that works.
It's bitterly cold on our feet, and thankfully we ride out into the warm sunshine. And so day 2 starts through the rolling grasslands of Mpumalanga. The squeaking sound of the Development Riders supermarket bikes become a familiar sound. We arrive at an old castle for our first stop of the day.
I'm here between Standerton and Amersfoort, and I came across this, looks like a castle. I wonder who lives in here. Hello.
Hello.
What is your name?
Yes, one is Matebula.
Come outside, let me have a talk to you. How many years have you lived here? When did you get this far?
More than 20 years.
It apparently belonged to a German settler who built this fortress in the middle of nowhere.
It's quite cool with the castle and stuff. I've actually never seen this place. I don't think most people will actually even turn in here.
This was very lovely on my bottom.
Only a king can win a castle, so we are kings in Jozi2Kozi.
We leave the castle, riding through waving, undulating grasslands, cattle farms, weeping willows, and the hint of mountains in the distance.
It's unbelievable to ride out here in this barrenness, which is what's really stimulating for me.
After a quick ride, we have a chance to recharge and chat with the people.
My bum needs lube. It's been so far brilliant.
Absolutely magic. It's been awesome so far.
Completely mystified by these crazy cyclists, the locals help us through the gates and fences. We are truly blessed by the freedom a bike gives us to explore this beautiful country. This rugged terrain takes its toll on the riders and their bikes. Gratefully finishing today's 110-kilometer ride, the weary cyclists arrive. It has been a quick ride for the front riders, finishing this gentle leg within 4 hours. The finish is country tracks, and some of us take a chance to unwind in a much appreciated hillside setting, enjoying a rub-down from the physios before heading to the night's festivities. The Daily Ubuntu Humanitarian Award goes to Leandra for lending her bike to a fellow rider. It has been a great day, finished off with incredible local hospitality and food. The riders get a chance to hear each other's stories. Enveloped in mist, we head out of the Highveld, dropping off the escarpment into Zululand. There will be Zulus, bushveld valleys, game and Shermans, we are told. This is the edge of the escarpment, so much for yesterday's easy ride. Taking in the splendid vistas, we ride through Veil Onderbroek Pass with stunning drop-offs. Today's leg shows us why we love this sport. Breathtaking views, technical drops, and for some, hard hiking.
Still got clean pants. She's amazing.
I'm alive!
I'll bend it a head over heels over the handlebars.
The riding will become tougher after crossing this floating bridge. Some made it in a flash.
That was fun. I can't tell you, my word. You think you can make it? You know you can make it, and you just made it.
Others with a splash.
That was amazing. I don't do these things, eh?
The wall of Udo's crater beckons the riders to twisting, torturous climbs, including the father and son team.
He's losing his temper a bit on the climbs, but anyway.
Some of the riders begin to take strain as we climb up to the top of the crater.
You know what? It's freedom. We do this stuff because the view at the top is worth everything that you've put in to get there.
You have to do these uphills to do the downhills.
Finally reaching the top, we are rewarded at the water point with a spectacular view. A chance to take in the drop-off to the bottom of the crater.
It was rough, but this is unbelievable. The view is stunning, absolutely stunning. Can't believe we're in a crater.
We are close to Sukot. We've been climbing a lot.
An exhilarating ride down this crater, our bodies feeling each and every rock. Reaching the crater floor, it's an easy ride to the finish.
Yes, man.
Tonight's venue is the German community of Lüneburg, one of the oldest German communities in South Africa.
That last little bit was lovely, nice, mostly downhill.
Section coming back through the forest was brilliant. Climbing up the mountain was challenging.
And that climb up was really quite something special.
I'm dragging my dad up most of the hills.
The most tarmac we saw was about 5 meters as we crossed the road. So we took ages doing it, took tons of photos, larked around a lot, and just really enjoyed it.
Apparently the Germans settled here in the 1860s, so they've been here a long time.
After a spectacular route and some downtime, we feast on bratwurst and Käsegriller with a German Umpau band led by Fats conducting. With the Jägermeister flowing, it's Wir machen jetzt Party. Awakened by the now traditional praise singer, the sun rises on a crisp morning. If yesterday was a drop into Zululand, today is a drop into the furnace. Hot, steaming, game-filled valleys, and far below us is the Pongola River with its crocs and hippos.
This is completely alien to me, completely different environment. Very special, very beautiful. I mean, look at this. This is what it's all about.
This 100-kilometer stretch from Lüneburg sees us enter the thorny, rugged Mukunyana Game Reserve. To ride through this rugged, beautiful reserve on a bike is incredible and will forever be remembered.
These downhills, I never thought that your braking fingers can cramp.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and all the little strokes, my wheel is quite shaky, so I don't want to kill my back before that.
A tough climb sees us up to a picturesque waterfall and a chance to rehydrate at the water point at the top.
One little bump to the finish and the race is downhill, so you're very happy.
At the school adjacent to the water point, the riders entertain the children with their skills whilst donating some much-needed funds to the school.
For us, a privilege to ride through your community.
Thank you very much. Keep it up. Well done.
The downhill comes as a welcome reprieve as we rocket down the Pongola plunge to Klipval. These hairpin switchbacks make for an exhilarating ride down to the Pongola River.
100% mountain biking, awesome.
We went through some valleys that you pretty much would never go through in your life if you weren't involved in an event like this, and that's what's amazing about mountain biking.
We reach the day's end at the Atala Game Reserve, where we must cross the croc-infested Pongola River. However, we have been assured it's a safe place to cross, and the crocs shouldn't be here at this time of year. Yeah, sure, but we do feel safer with a ranger around. The comradeship has been phenomenal this year, helping one another and making lifelong friends along the way.
That was cool and refreshing. Very good. And I didn't end up in the water today, which is a definite plus.
Only yesterday, Dad was helping his son. How the tide turns.
These are little hidden treasures of South Africa, and it takes a bit of work to come and explore them, but they are most certainly worth the while.
Hot and extremely tough, but here I am, telling the story.
Fast and furious, lovely, absolutely lovely.
After a hard, hot ride and many ups and downs, we happily end the day at the Atala Game Reserve camp. Step aside, Livingston, the Jozi2Kozi has arrived. As only a great lodge can do, we are treated to a sumptuous safari evening. The Altech, Autopage and Jozi2Kozi team hand over Garmin's and Motorola radios to the Atala anti-poaching team. Atala Game Reserve offers a unique opportunity to mountain bike amongst abundant game.
What an awesome day, absolute magic. Riding through a game reserve, Big Five country, beautiful Natal countryside, absolutely stunning.
It is day 5, a 110-kilometer leg, and we climb more than 2,500 meters.
Quite a long day still, apparently the last 30-40 k's is pretty tough, but it's been cool so far.
I saw some good wildlife, insane downhill, nearly got taken out by a cow.
I don't know the rest of the route. I've heard about the Mamba Hill, and I think I'm going to do quite a bit of hiking still up that hill.
We approach the much-dreaded Mamba climb for some truly demanding climbing.
Yeah, this is the Mamba route. When you see the Mamba, you must know this route is very tough like a Mamba. Yeah.
After defeating the Mamba, well, some of us, time for a bit of an easier ride.
The uphills, it's quite steep. And then the downhill is quite fast, so it's lekker. But yeah, I think it's going to be a Tyson day. Definitely. Thank you.
Ah, awesome.
We enter Zululand. Our route passes through thorn scrub and aloes, following bumpy cattle paths. Some tough single-track riding, but the cyclists are loving it. Traditional life and culture surround us.
Coming into this place with all the locals dancing and the kids singing and everything, awesome. Best experience ever.
This is mountain biking in Africa at its best.
Yep.
We give away some much-needed monies with tennis from Altech Autopage doing the handover. A stop at the local supermarket provides us with some refreshment. Passing kraals and urinating women, ever-screaming kids, and even some gyrating warriors. We are welcomed at the end of this great leg by warrior chants at a traditional dance held in our honor. Maybe pro riders, but certainly not dancers. Members of the Altech Autopage mountain bike team continue their contribution to local schools by donating much-needed money to Zenzo Gukle School. A long day ends at a Zulu Umuze. Entering Zululand Rhino Reserve, Altech Autopage and MTN make a worthy 15,000 Rand contribution against rhino poaching. Twisting up an age-old path, we head up 1,000 meters in only 3 kilometers, going through the Lebombo Reserve.
Hey, it's hot. Probably about a third of the way up this Lebombo mountain. Yeah, and it's going to be a tough slog.
Die opdraande amper so moeilik soos my ex-girlfriend.
That's not funny.
Dad is now struggling with broken ribs from a recent fall.
Yeah, just the ribs are so sore. Now, this poor bicycle's so tired it needs a push.
If you think you're near the top, clap your hands. If you're tired, you just stop and have a nice view and then catch a breath and carry on.
On the other side lies Maputo Land, a flat coastal plain leading us to our destination, Lake Sabaya. The drop-off is spectacular, some say suicidal. This is Africa.
That single track was incredible. A bit loose, but by now we're sharp with all our single track.
In these ancient seabeds, we take a break to find some fossil shells.
The amazing thing about this wonderful area is that you get fossils. These fossils, for instance, were embedded in this sandy limestone in the Cretaceous period, 160 million years ago.
This coastal plain leads to effortless riding before we hit the sandy dune forests.
Have you seen that guy's bike? He hasn't got any brakes on it and he's just caning it. He's got pluckies on. And we've got all the equipment here, but we're getting hammered here.
And now we have the first little taste of the sand. The famous sand makes it so difficult for everyone.
18,000 years ago, this was a beach. Not much has changed. Breaking the long straight road, an ice-cold Zamalek and a chance to chat with the locals and get out of the heat. A lovely path through riverine forests heralds the shores of Lake Sabaya. Creating employment, the Jozi2Kozi team employs a local community to cut and lay grass along the sandy forest path.
Hey, the tunnel is actually quite nice. Makes it much easier with the grass I put there. But it's awesome coming through the forest here. It's beautiful.
A long, hard day.
We camp on the lake edge, and the hippos grunt at this strange intrusion into their lives.
How can you wish for a better campsite than this right on the shores of Lake Sabaya?
Now this is an easy plunge. Setting up camp for this event at places like Lake Sabaya is a logistical nightmare, and we give a thought to the team who supply hot meals, showers and beds in these remote environments. What a spectacular location, and what an unforgettable day.
Everybody's excited and everybody is looking forward to finishing.
Our final day is not going to be easy. We'll have to battle through the last 85 kilometers of dune forests, leading us to our destination, Cozy Mouth.
It's been a great journey, and looking forward to enjoying the last stage.
Sandy tracks split, unite and converge, everyone looking for the hardest surface. But out here, the sand's the mountain to cross.
I'm already running on 1.1 and now I'm going to go down to about 0.8.
Pedal or plod. And although the going is tough, we all have something to laugh about.
Just taking the sand out of the shoes after the sandy section, because there's no space for my toes in the shoe anymore.
With the end in sight, we stop off at Manguzi, the last town before Mozambique. We smell salt in the air and some inyama. Nothing like a South African braai for tired cyclists. We ride together as one, side by side, friend by friend, comrades united at the finish by this epic journey. Having arrived at our destination, we don't want it to end, and are greeted by an incredible vision of a prehistoric network of fish traps.
the single tracks, going down those mountains, looking around and seeing nothing around, just riders.
As a cultural immersion and as someone who's been out of the country for a while, to reacquaint yourself with your country is phenomenal. You know, to start off at -3, -4, -5 degrees in the mornings and then be riding in a 35-degree temperatures is quite a huge range.
There was a couple of girls that really had tears in their eyes. We were extremely emotional, hugging each other. I had a couple of tears as well. It's just an extremely personal for me to do this. Was a hell of an achievement.
Some feast their eyes on the view before settling down at our overnight stop, Jozi2Kozi Lodge, while others, some who have never set sight on the sea before, head for the beach.
To all the racing snakes out there, you want a challenge? Jozi2Kozi. 700 kilometers, 10,000 meters of climb, and some hectic descent.
With the view behind us, it's time to reflect on our journey. A fond, fond farewell. The Jozi2Kozi Cycle Challenge, untamed, untimed.